Shout out Game of Thrones guru. Winter is coming.
That is a four.
That was at the parade watching Wiggins and Poole dancing and singing, "We're going to get our bags."
Money time.
That was at the parade for the championship.
Yep.
And then after that, they got their damn bags. And then after that, you got the Michigan versus Michigan State crime. And it all gone downhill from there.
Wow. That was well put.
Thanks,
man.
Pete.
I don't fault Wiggins for that when we're going to get our bag. I don't fault him at all. That was euphoria. That was one of the greatest days of their basketball careers, and they got the bag. But I just don't want to be around people or work with, every time something good happens to you and you share, what about me? That's what I don't like about the Klay and Dray thing in this. It wasn't your time.
Well, I mean, why didn't Wiggins and Poole shout out, back to back? Why was it money time? We're going to win it again.
Oh.
Money time! Why? And, see, here's the other thing. Yeah. Why were they shouting money time?
Because
when Wiggins didn't even have to be extended, they must have known it was definitely going to happen. And my question is, well, why? You didn't have to. Why? How did they even know?
But they were coming off of, you got to, Steiny, emotion is high. And it's good emotion. You just won.
Yeah,
and they benefited from it.
Yep. Well.
But to think you had two OGs in the back, like, what the F? What about me?
Yeah, I think we got three mistakes here that piled up. And
so now you're calling I'm just asking, Wiggins and Poole, you're calling those mistakes? Because at the time, we all understood it.
Well, how do they look now? They're not.
Well, you tell me how they look. I still don't think Draymond nor Klay was right for this to get. Doesn't make them look right. It makes them look selfish.
I agree. But I'm not like all I'm saying is they signed Jordan Poole. He was a big part of the team when they won a championship.
Yeah, up and coming.
They traded him, and they have nothing for him right now. Zero.
No, that's an F.
They acquired Andrew Wiggins.
Hadn't been the same.
He was an enigma. He put together some. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I think's here. Wiggins put together a nice stretch of ball. Boom, rewarded.
Yeah.
And clearly those two signings led to some tough feelings for Klay and Draymond.
And a right hook.
Yep. And a right hook. But then they signed Draymond for 4 more years. And now they move on without Klay Thompson.
What'd you think of, just real quick here, Slow-Mo?
I like him.
Anderson. I
like Kyle Anderson. See, now, I absolutely believe that, okay, we got, who do we get here? We got Anderson.
Melton.
We've got Melton. We've got Heald, possibly. This team could be better than last year. I think. It's possible, for sure. Here's the only question I have now looking at the roster.
Got a log jam at guard.
Exactly. And at the end of last season, Kerr was asked about Moody, and the question was about, do you feel like you gotta try to see what you can get out of Moody next year and give him a little more of an opportunity? And Kerr said, I think that's a fair statement. Okay, well then why did they go out and get 3 guards?
Maybe something else is imminent, Steiny. I believe that.
Curry,
I believe they're trying to do something.
They got Curry, Melton, Podziemski, Moody, and likely Heald.
And Gary Payton II.
And Lindy Waters.
Wow. And Post.
Misty Waters coming. And the way we were. You ever heard that song? Barbra Streisand. Beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful song. Let's go to Scotty. Scotty's in Marin. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man?
Home of dibs.
Hey, good. How you fellas doing, man? Hey, I've been listening to all this Klay talk for days now, and I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Klay played himself off the roster. I mean, let's be honest about the whole thing. I mean, if he was, he couldn't accept the fact that he had to take a lesser role because his skills. That's what his skills warranted. I mean, Joe Lacob's no dummy. I mean, and when it's all said and done, when the statues go up, when they retire the jerseys, it'll all be kumbaya. But this was for a basketball decision, it's a no-brainer. It really was. And you talk about Wiggins' deal. At the time, Wiggins took a pay. At the time, everybody said, "Well, wow, that's a great deal for the Warriors." He took less money,
right? Right.
To stay. So, but anyway, so the bottom line to me is they're going to be a better team with Klay not on the roster, considering the attitude that he had and the opportunities that Moody's going to get, Kuminga gets, Pods gets. And believe me, I think Draymond knows this. Steph knows this. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. Strictly from the team standpoint, they're going to be better off, and that's the bottom line. So, I mean, I love Klay. I love Klay. No doubt about it.
I was just going to say, it doesn't sound like, because when you say,
it does.
I know, I'm not saying he's wrong. He's cutthroat, but when you talk about it's just basketball, it's more because Klay means so much to the Bay and to Warrior fans, man.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Here's one I was thinking about, and it tells me something about Wiggins. Now, follow me here, Goo.
Shout out Twitter.
So, Andrew Wiggins, wins a ring with the Warriors.
Yeah.
And people are saying he was their second best player.
He was.
A great two-way performance. However, if you want to say he had a great year, fine. If you want to say he had a great half year, fine, whatever. But he was really good, and they won a title. Okay. Why would you take a discount after you proved you were a vital part of the team? Like, that's, if you really think about it, Wiggins had one more year left. If he puts together another year like that, then we are talking about 35 or 40 million for Wiggins. There's no doubt about it. If he could have put another year together, then he goes into free agency, and now he's going to make big money. But he didn't. He took a long-term deal at what everybody said was a team-friendly deal. Like, why?
Because he's the winner
because
in all this.
He's not a killer.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why.
And if you look at his earnings in Minnesota, Steiny, your boy's paid.
Yeah.
And he thought he was in basketball paradise to where, you know what, I got a role. I'm not the one. I can be the two-way, whatnot. So you talk about an enigma on the court and the motor. He's not a killer off the court. When he could have put them in a chokehold, he didn't do it. And Steiny,
we could have put him in a chokehold by having another great year.
But when in society do we? I know
Klay just did it. Klay just did it. It's called betting on yourself, and Wiggins wanted no part of it. None.
But he got the security in regard to the years.
How did that work out? How did it work out?
Well, we would have for the Warriors in this game.
Some ambulance.
Yeah. But as far as
2 years,
you know what, Steiny, you got me. I'm trying to defend him. I can't, because now I would think, the mentals are good. You're good, bud. Well, and you didn't bring that back on the court because we're still searching for you.
Well, let's just tell it like it is. It was a contract year for him. He treated it like a contract year, got his contract, and went back to being Wiggins. But we don't like to hear that about our hometown team, but that's certainly what it looks like.
No, we lived it.
Right. Okay. We lived it,
and we're still living it.
And we're going to live it.
Well, not unless something happened over the weekend.
What do you mean?
Marketing. And these moves.
Let me tell you something. I'm calling this right now.
Oh,
I'm calling this right now. If the Warriors acquire Markkanen, oh my God, are they going to give up a lot? That's what I believe.
Danny Ainge.
And here's why I don't think it's happening. Because like I said, I got the sense yesterday from talking to some people, the Warriors, they are not enthusiastic about moving future first rounders.
So you think this might be it then, the roster?
Because they know it's too dangerous. That's the one thing that I've been steadfast on. I would not be giving up first-round picks down the line. I just
So for all the dreamers about marketing, you're kind of saying, hey, wake up a little bit.
Well, I'm saying if they end up getting Markkanen and and they have to include a couple first-round picks, all I know is they did it reluctantly because it doesn't sound like they want to do that.
Yeah.
Dennis in San Francisco. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing today?
Hey.
Doing well.
Hey, Mark can't stay on the court. I don't know why they'd want him.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe Klay got tired of. This is Steph's chip window. I mean, why doesn't Steph take a pay cut? You know what I mean? We can't construct a roster because he's making so much money. And Klay got scapegoated for everything that went wrong with the Warriors. Mm-hmm. He got tired of that. You know, I mean, nobody says anything about Curry when he dribbles the ball out of bounds during the end of a half or the end of the game. He's being double teamed. He won't give up the ball. Nobody talks about his faults. You know, and I got tired. You know, but I agree with you, Steiny, about Klay is a powder. We saw it all throughout his career. You know, whenever he was shooting bad, the shoulders would slump. He'd go into a funk. And now the ultimate pout is that you don't respect me, so now I'm leaving, and I'm leaving for money that the Warriors probably would have given me. You know, and so I mean, we don't owe these guys anything. They're millionaires, for God's sakes. If we owe anybody anything, it's Joe Lacob for building this thing. Look at the shape that this organization was in before Lacob was here. It was horrible.
Yep.
And Lacob built it. Lacob built this thing. And now we're saying we owe Steph Curry, we owe Klay Thompson. We don't owe anybody anything. These guys will have more money than we'll ever even dream of. You know, I mean, I get tired of all this stuff about babying these guys, these multimillionaires.
Appreciate it, Dennis.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, what I believe
he's right,
is,
but that was passion.
Joe Lacob owns the team. And I agree. He doesn't know anybody anything. Here's the other thing.
He owes Curry. He's about to owe Curry a bunch.
Like, you want to get into semantics. Did Joe Lacob really build the Warriors? Steph was here.
Nah.
Steph Curry was here.
He paid for it to keep going. How about that? And he got Durant.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But Steph was here before Lacob.
The one part about the Ramona Shelburne piece, Steiny, that really, again, to his point, I got my own problems. But the fact that Klay's camp went to the Warriors and said, we'll take 2 for 20 to get it done.
2 for 40.
2 for 40, yeah, 20 a year. My God, Steiny. That's when you had to know, man, it's a wrap.
Yep. I think they both knew all year. And I think that definitely affected Klay's play. It kind of is
he shot 39% from 3.
It kind of is coming into focus about what's been going on with his team and its players. Let's go to Leroy's in Oakland.
Our guy.
Hey, Leroy, how you doing, man?
Happy holiday, buddy.
Hey, happy holiday. What's up, Steiny? What's up, Goo?
Hey.
Man, y'all know where I'm at, man. I as a Warrior fan, I know we got to kind of go through this. The Warriors don't want to realize it, but we're kind of in a rebuild / let's see if we can make some noise and be better than last season. So I'm just like, man, I was like with the Wiseman pick, I wanted LaMelo Ball. That didn't happen. It's like with Klay, it's like the injuries, man, and I understand what's going on with the Warriors. You had to move on, but I think Klay should have stayed. And I think he let his feelings get in the way. And I think he went to a worse situation. I don't think Dallas is still going to do anything because now all you got is shooters. I think Paul George went to a great situation where, you build a big three where you got Embiid, you got Maxey at the guard, and then you got Paul George. Those are different positions, so they're not going to get in each other's way. Where you look at Klay and Kyrie and how they use Doncic, it's almost at the same position. They're all guards. So I think Dallas got to do more. But this is the question I want to ask you guys. Do you think that Curry, Draymond Green, and Kuminga can be a formidable big three? What do you think?
Oh, boy, formidable. You know me in words.
we're 0 for 1, Leroy. They didn't make the playoffs together last year. For what? Well, Draymond wasn't, but they didn't make it, Steiny. I'm turning into you.
Formidable.
They didn't make the playoffs.
It's a good. Well, he means moving forward.
Yeah,
next
but
year.
moving forward, you came last year. Still here. We did not make. I'm saying we did not qualify. But you might feel different. And I wanted to ask Leroy. I couldn't catch him, Steiny. Do you expect Kuminga to get paid this summer?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean,
they would be betting on the come, right? For him to grow into.
I mean,
because that dollar's boy.
The way I feel is, if you're transitioning, and it looks like they are, they paid Poole, they paid Wiggins, they paid Draymond, and now they're not paying Klay, and money's a factor. Second apron, got to get under it. No. I think there's a chance they won't pay Kuminga this offseason. I mean, if they follow kind of the avenue they're starting to go down, then my question would be, why not let Kuminga play another year? He'll still be restricted. You'll be able to match any offer, or you can just re-sign him at the number you like. And the argument's going to be, well, if he has a great year, you have to pay him more next year. So what? If he has a great year, that's great. Anyway, that's
a lot of people agree. Drew Down, a lot of Brand, everybody agreeing. A lot of people agreeing with you on YouTube about he will not get paid.
And I like Kuminga, but you know what? Let's do it one more year. Let's do it. But you know what? I understand why he will want to get paid and thinks he should get paid. Tony in Oakland. What's up, Tony? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How about y'all?
Talk to us, T. Talk to us,
Okay,
sir.
so look, a couple weeks ago, you guys played a quote from Draymond Green discussing Klay Thompson scrubbing his account. He thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, but it's like, what type of friend are you to, go down that road about you and your business at your contract? Man. They done been through a whole lot. And I'm just wondering, like, Draymond's character as far as being a friend is like, and then, not to mention, he the same dude that threatened to kill Steve Kerr. And bet your bottom dollar, had he had an opportunity to fight him, he would have. So it's like, I think the whole organization is like scared of dude or something. I don't know. I could be tripping, but damn. And then as far as, friends, don't do that, man.
Wow.
That's all I got.
All right. You preach it to the choir, Steiny. Go ahead, man.
Whether he likes it or not, I mean, Draymond Green now has a bigger spotlight on him, I think. I really do. Because now it's just him and Curry. So his play has to stay at a high level for this team to be.
How about his availability? Up his play, just his availability.
We'll see. I don't know. That's iffy.
He was almost a Grizzly.
That's if.
You didn't hear that? Steiny, boy, that blew me away. Dude, Memphis, he called Curry, called Klay, said he was out.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Imagine that. Life without Day-Day.
There you go. Draymond Green. When was this? Yesterday? He did a podcast yesterday. Oh, he did one the day before, too? And the day before that? Oh, okay. So this is one of the recent. I'm just kidding. Here you go.
He called me on the phone. She's like, stop. And she's like, I'm about to cry. And she said it reminded her of last year. So last year during free agency, I called Klay and I called Steph, separate calls, and Steve. And I was just telling them, like, yo, I'm leaving. I'm going to Memphis. And I remember that call with them. So I was going to leave. And she said, we were in Paris. And she's like, it's reminding me of when we were in Paris and you was calling them. Like, she was just sitting there crying. And obviously we got it figured out. Shout out to the Lakers and Mike Dunleavy, his first free agency. We got it done.
Oh, my goodness.
Why would you wait till Klay leaves and we're dealing with the pain of your teammate, your buddy, one of the three Musketeers leave for you to insert your...
Yes? Continue.
No, read the room. Sometimes you got to read the damn room, man. It's not about your story now, bud.